recorded. So we started with this. Snowman was a 4-4-1, and a 4-4-1-1-1, and a 5-5-5-5-1, and 1-4-1, a 4-4-1-1-1, 5-5-5-5-1, and then we had and we had a chord we couldn't fit, and work on 4, didn't work on 5, it didn't work on 1. So we just kind of skipped that for a minute, and we went to 5. So we had that chord before the 5 that we couldn't place. So we back cycled. The back cycle of the 5 is a 2. That was part of our initial harmonization, the 1-4-5 harmonization. We had to place the 1, 4, and 5 didn't work, so we put the back cycle and that worked. Cool? That's where we got that 2 chord. So now we have this. And then 1, and back. Cool. Okay, so now, through all that series of stuff that we wrote out, this is what we ended up with. There's a 1 chord. That's the 1-7. So that's a little extension of the 1 chord, 1 major 7. And then we did a 3 minor. And then we back cycled to get a 1-7. And then I did a 1-7 with a sharp 5. And a 4 major. That's a little extension of the 4. And a 4-7, which was also a 4. And then 3, which was a diatonic. And then a 6 dominant with a sharp 5. That was a back cycle for the 2 chord we did in the next measure. The 2 was a substitution, a diatonic substitution for the 4. So back cycling from 2, we got a 6. Then we did a 3 minor, a 6. Those were diatonics for that 1 chord that was there, the 3, the 6. Then we did a 2-5. Instead of the 5, we did a 2-5. 2-5, back cycle with a minor 2, and 5. And then for the 1, we did 3. And then we back cycled to the 1 chord we're going back to. The back cycle for a 1 chord is a 5. And we tritoned that. And I did a 9th chord for that voicing. That kind of leads us back into the 1. So it was kind of like we're doing the tritone instead. Cool. So we end up with this. The snowman. Cool. And in all those cases, I'm doing 7th chords instead of just plain minor chords. Like for the 2, instead of going, I'm doing left note pinky. Same for 3. And instead of the 5, I'm doing a 9th. Instead of the 7th chord, the 5-7, I'm doing a 9 chord. You see that just in almost every case. Instead of the 4, either a 4 major or a 4-7. Instead of the 1, 1 major 7. Cool? So here's again. 1, 3 minor, 1-7, 1-7 sharp 5, and 4, 4-7, and then 3 minor, 6 with sharp 5, and then 2, 4, and then 3, 6, and then 2, 5, 9, 5, 7, and then 3, and then 5, 2, 9, chord variation. So we have 7 to back cycle in the next 4 chords. So now we have a 4. So this part we do 4, 2 minor chords, and then instead of the 1 we do the 3, and then I added a 1, 7 to back cycle the next 4 chords. I turned it into 113. Here's the 4, 7, the 4 and a 2 minor, a 5, 9, and a 5 with an altered sharp 5. That sharp 5 chord, remember, just like a C shape, but you're taking that note and moving it up so you can kind of bar that. So whenever you do a 5, you can usually do a sharp 5. Any of these secondary dominants, you know, like the back cycles, you can try that sharp 5 chord. You could try a 9th chord. You could try a 13th chord and see. That's what those extension and alteration rules are. You can always try a 13th or a 9th or a sharp 5 or a flat 5 or a flat 9. And in a lot of cases, you'll get one. In every case, you'll get one of those that will work. A 9th or a 13th or a sharp 9 or a flat 9 or a sharp 5 or a flat 5.
So just keep moving the pinky around.
Yeah. Just try those notes. So sharp 5, flat 5, sharp 9, flat 9. Or just a regular 9th chord instead of a 5 chord. The 5 chord you can always kind of dress up with either a flat 9 or a sharp 9 or a sharp 9 or a flat or a sharp 5. All those little variations work. So again, we have 4, then 2, then 3, 1, 13, major, minor, 5, 5, sharp 5, then 1, and then 3, diatonic substitute 1. And then we did a tritone not a tritone, a back cycle. So that's a 6-7 chord, but I'm doing a 6-9 chord. And then 2 back cycle to the 2. So here I did a bunch of these. A 5 sharp 5, and 2 with that little tritone substitution again. Wait, that was. Oh wait, no. And that goes back to the beginning. So again, that's 4, 2 minor. That was 4 major 7 extension. 2 minor 7, 3 minor 7, 1 13, and then 4, 2, 5 9, 5 altered sharp 5, and then 1 major 3, and then 6 9. That's the tritone for the 2, and then tritone. So we had some magic when they put it on they began to dance around. What was that? Lost to the snowman. Don't know the words, but this is how it really should go. Lost to the snowman. Magic in that they put it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman. And then there at the end I might do like a bunch of variations on the end. Like maybe here. Those are just voicings, various voicings of this. Maybe here. What am I doing? A chord. Okay, we'll do some of those next time. We can do a little better example here. Maybe end with like a sharp 11 or, you know. just trying to add a couple more chords and some substitution chords for that one chord. Neat?
Yeah.
I'll do it one more time. It's basically Frosty the Snowman. And that was then you do another one. Let me record that. It's not recording. I was going to show you playing over a little bit. That's probably enough to get. We're on 12.5 minutes on this little video, so the next step, so this is the harmony part. You know, the next step is just to get the melody figured out. So we have. And you just want to try and get those notes on the top 2 strings if you can, sometimes on the 3rd string if you have to. So we do something like that. And then you want to try and get the voicings. The key is that if you always have 2 voicings, like you have that one or this one, the 6th string or the 5th string for the 1 chord. So I can go Frosty Snowman, like maybe like this. Now I gotta get 4. Over here. And then over here. You get the idea? If I have one way of playing those, wherever I am, so either the 6th string or the 5th string, we got to get those chord shapes. You should be able to do major, minor, dominant, half diminished, and diminished. Those are all the potential, and altered, you know, sharp 5, flat 5, sharp 9, flat 9, on 2 different places. So you just have to know where the major chord is and how to alter it. So you have major, dominant, minor, minor 7, flat 5, diminished. And you can also do it up here. Major, dominant, minor, minor 7, and diminished. If you can do that, root note on the 6th string, root note on the 5th string for all the main types, you can play any melody on the guitar because you'll always be able to do it either here. So the biggest stretch you'll have is like that before we get to the next chord. You can always find one of the notes on the 5th string or one of the notes on the 6th string, and they'll always be within 5 to 6 frets of the next chord. So you only ever really have to go 3 or 4 frets to get a melody note. Cool? So like if you're doing this melody here, I don't want to do it there, so I want to do it here. I can get this one, that major. And if I want to get that chord here, I can go like get it there because I can find the 6th string right up there. And then, so if I need to get that chord there, that chord's going to be a 4. I can get the 4 there. The 4/7 there. And so I can get that note. Or I can get it over here. Cool? No matter where I am. And then here's the melody. So I can get the 6th string here. Or I can get it here. The key is to have 2 chord shapes. 2 shapes for every possible one of these chords. Major, minor, dominant, 7th, altered, half diminished, diminished. Whatever chord that you have, in the harmonization, you're going to find the melody somewhere where it's on the top 2 strings, and then you put the chords beneath it. And if you have those two variations, either the 6th string or the 5th string, you'll always be able to play a chord somewhere on the fretboard. Is that cool? So this is the harmonic content, and then we just got to take those voicings. We got to get voicings for those chords and stick it together with the melody, and that's it. Then you have arrangement. Cool?
Cool.
And you can do whatever you want as you start learning where that is. So what do we have? And then maybe like this. Yeah, I want to work on with it maybe. Yeah, I can get a different one. Where's that? So there, I might want to go. That one's going to be a tough one. Now, you know what? Since a lot of these are ending up on the 3rd string, I might do this an octave higher, and that gives me, a way to play it way up here. And this is, you just do this by trial and error until you find a place where you can play the melody and play the chords in the same place. And looking at it right away, I'm looking at a lot of these notes are getting all the way down to the 3rd string. That's my cue that you should do it an octave higher. Or maybe in some cases you might put this in a different key. We have this all written down around the numbers. Might choose to do it in the key of your son if it fits better on the strings. Is that cool? Make sense?
Yeah.
We have to do that part separately. And we can do that by taking some classic melodies, things that we already have chords for without having to figure out the harmonies for. So to the stages, you figure out the harmony, start with 1, 4, and 5, do all your substitutions, get all the chords. Then next thing we haven't done yet is pick out the melody on the guitar somewhere it's on the top 2 strings and find voicings. So the big meat of what we need to do is get voicings learned.
Okay.
So that lets you do a couple things. First of all, if you're just playing in a band, you can take this and do what I did, just play the chords. And the singer will sing it or another instrumentalist will play the melody. If you want to do it as a solo guitar arrangement for your nylon string, then you got to be able to play the melody and the chords together. And either way, we got to learn the chords. The chords are the focus of the material that you need to learn. Cool?
Cool.
Getting voicings down. Okay? That's
Yep.
20 minutes of that. I'll make that